Greetings, brothers and sisters. This is Brother Harkuf Hitep Duamutef at Per Kemet, Temple of Divinity of Ancient Egypt. And this is November 3rd, 2016. 7 days before my 60th solar return, or birthday as you call it. And the day after I completed the first form of the first Kana Kung Fu that I know of anyway. I don't know anybody else that came up with Kenna Kung Fu or a cannabis Kung Fu. We are the Magi of Perinator Kemet, and we have one law. Do what thou will shall be the whole of the law. Think about that for a minute or two. Order Magus. Transformation. Transforming the Middle Passage into slavery into a rites of passage back to freedom. And what is the only freedom is self-responsibility. The Ankh. Life. Live life. And ground. So this is my wall of spiritual exercises. And this chart here is the Paut Netaru. The different faculties of your soul. So I put it on the wall to remind me consistently of the different parts of the soul and how they are interrelated. At the lowest level, we have Geb, or your physical form. At this level, we do the healing, the self-defense, and the wealth building, all the things that deal with the physical body, and from there we move up into spiritual work. At the center of the tree of life is Shishat, but at the point that we're at right now, we're dealing with Magu. And as Magi, we also deal with the 5 real elements: earth, water, air, fire, and ether. As you learn, you will learn how to use these real elements in real life. And as I said, we are at the point where we're dealing with, at the lowest level, and dealing with the energy of the marijuana or the holy herb. So in the Afro-Asiatic practices of Kena Kung Fu, we practice Magu, or the way of Magu, which is the way of marijuana, or the cannabis, the mysteries of the holy herb. And this symbolizes here all that was above and below. The elements, the colors, the zodiac, the planets are all in this one system. And behind it we have the pyramid, which concentrates all energy into one focus. So here is where we do our affirmations in the pyramid to concentrate and to manifest. And we use the so-called dream catcher. And in the JAMM Yoho Renge Kyo we have the box where we help to focus our energies. And I didn't light the candle. Let's light the candle. Where is it at? Oh, there you go. Okay, so now, how can you forget to light the candle? This is how the ancestors find you when you're about to do your work. You light a way for the ancestors to find you. And then you ring the bell. Oh, where am I at? Oh, here you go. You ring the bell so they can also help find you. We do this before we partake of the holy smoke. And how do we partake of the holy smoke? Well, we'll wait till we get back into focus, yeah? We partake of the holy smoke with the Holy Bibla. This is what we call the Holy Bibla, or you may know it as a bong. But this is our tool of alchemy. This is our smoking weapon, or our warship. Each part of the Bibla represents a different part of Taoist alchemy. So the lower part, which holds the water, deals with sexual energy and etc. We light the flames like the first eye and the smoke and so on and so forth. I explained in another video. So this is the wall of knowledge here. On the left side here, we have the physical. Know thyself. Because in the right brain actually deals, or the left brain actually deals with the physical form. So in the physical form we deal with the Taoist arts, which is about healing and self-defense and herbs and all the things, and wealth and all the things that deal with the physical aspects. So know thyself deals with the physical world, the 8 directions in Taoism. And then all the physical aspects as far as the Magi, we deal with the Kabbalah. We have our own yoga here, movements dealing with the Kabbalah. hand movements that are dealing with our Kung Fu, that are related to the Kabbalah. But these are physical movements. They're not mysticism. They're not, you know, some ghostly thing. You do this stuff. You don't think about it. These are sounds that we use here. Shh. I've just told you a secret. So this is all real stuff. Cannabis Kung Fu is not just some thing you just smoke and kick and punch all day. And then on the other side here we have ye are God or Goddess. You understand? You have to learn who you are, know thyself, and then you understand that ye are God or Goddess. You create children, you make things with your hand, you think, you move, you get up in the morning and you do things for yourself. Ye are God. And therefore transformations, the hieroglyphics or the meduneter is the symbolism of God or the words of God. But the Hebrew language in itself is a great thing because it covers so much area. Physical, like I said, we have physical movements as well as the word itself. Each letter represents something else in the hierarchy of spiritual science. So Aleph, when we say Om, we begin with the Aleph. It's not a real sound, but the ancient language start with it. Hebrew, Aleph. Arabic, Aleph. It's a breath, not a sound. And then you go on to Beth. So our alphabet is called Aleph Bet. And then you go on to the other letters, and the letters have meanings, and they have notes, and they have colors, and all these things go together. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. I didn't make that up. So we have my teacher, the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z. York, so he must be on this wall. Even though all these things is a combination of what he's taught and what I've studied on my own. And we always have to have, you're talking about the Margu and the holy herb in this temple. So the scripture of infinite harmony, which is the way of Margu, says the goddess does dwell within the plant, co-terminus, which means the plant and the deity or the goddess are one and the same. It's not like we worship some being outside. What we call deity is the energy of the plant. One and the same being. The goddess plant and her transformative properties. They have proven now that marijuana slows down free radicals, which is the process of aging, transforming back into the younger self. Upon ingestion of the plant as food, smoke, or enhanced chemical, there is a Ooh, I can't see. Let's move it up. There is a mystical union with the princess or the goddess of cannabis, Margu. In this most sacred and holy state, the devotee or the practitioner, as we say, can discover the true nature of the world and the true nature of self. This is not something I made up. This is thousands of years old in China, and it's even older in India and, of course, Kemet. This one herb can, its sister plant, the marijuana sister plant, hemp, can provide fuel, paper, housing. Well, we threw inspiration in there. That's more spiritual, but the other things are physical. Textiles like clothing, food, and oil like for cars and body and things. This is one plant, one seed, a little bit of earth, and one plant can provide all this spiritually. The marijuana, health, healing, and the hemp, which provides all products for a living. So, in our order, we promote the use of the marijuana plant and the hemp plant for self-sufficiency, the marijuana for health, and the hemp plant for, like I said, self-sufficiency, clothes, homes, oil, everything from one plant. So, what I wanted to actually document in all this is that today or yesterday I've finally created the first form of our Kenna Kung Fu. So I'm not going to show it too much, but this is it. It's written down, and now we're working on the first form of the Kenna Kung Fu. And from here on, we'll create some other forms in the Kenna Kung Fu, and this is some real stuff here. This is not a joke. You understand? This is my wall of the Magi. We are Magi warriors. And Kenna Kung Fu is just the first part that I'm releasing to the public of what we do. So, that's it. November 3rd, 2016. 17 days before my solar return. And the same day, November 9th, that I founded our temple, Paranetar Kemet, the temple of divinity of ancient Egypt. Peace. Heads up. Peace in the middle of adversity, because we are about to face some trying times here in America. And if we don't get it together as a people, it's going to be really, really problematic for all of us. It's time for all of us individuals to unify and get out of here. Peace.